Vicious brawl with Solo Sikoa.
Picks up the belt, throws it down. He wants more. Again with the jump up moonsault.
We are back with a brand new episode of Weekly Roundup. We're going to be talking about Friday Night Smackdown, so let's get right on into it. We had Nick Aldis coming out and kicking off the show, and then he calls out Randy Orton, and he addresses the RKO given out to him last week. But before we could even get a solution to this entire problem, Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga interrupt, and the aggravated Viper wants a fight, but after being ambushed by the two, LA Knight, the United States champion, comes to Orton's defense, and a tag team match is made for later in the night. But if my guess is, I think Randy Orton's opponent at least should be Nick Aldis. I want it, the fans want it, and Orton even teased it. So could we be getting Randy Orton and Nick Aldis at WrestleMania? I don't know, maybe we'll find out next week. Maybe one more RKO will do it for him, but I don't know. But next up in the show, after a great tag team gauntlet match with the likes of Kaden and Katana, Natalya and Maxine, PFC, Bayley and Lyra, and the Secret Harvest, we had Bayley and Lyra Valkyria securing the win and will now face Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for the women's tag team championships at WrestleMania. Coming right off of their IC title match on Monday Night Raw, these two were able to team up, and I don't know, maybe at WrestleMania they will secure those women's tag team championships. But we got it. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Bayley, and Lyra Valkyria are all headed to the Showcase of the Immortals. But next up, we have Damian Priest coming out. He was about ready to call out Drew McIntyre, I'm assuming, but he is jumped from behind by Drew himself. And then Drew goes on to say that he will give him a beating of a lifetime in a street fight at WrestleMania. It has been made official. But after he finishes talking, Damian comes out for some retribution, and the two just brawl once again. But Drew was able to come out on top after a brutal beatdown to Damian Priest. But next up, we have a great match between Rey Fenix and Berto. And Rey was able to pick up a nice win over him. And then afterwards, Santos wasn't too happy with Berto winning and was actually congratulating Rey. And I'm assuming that we're maybe teasing Rey possibly joining, or Santos want him to join Legado del Fantasma. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts is about this. I doubt that Rey will actually do that, but nonetheless, great win for Rey, and maybe Berto and Angel are gonna maybe leave and bail on Santos after a while. I don't know. But next up, after a count out of 10, Zelina Vega was able to actually pick up a win over the Women's United States Champion Chelsea Green. Chelsea was out there. She was upset. Her Secret Harvest were in the back. They weren't out there with her. She was complaining. She was mad, and she got herself counted out of this match. This was a creative way to get Zelina Vega one without actually pinning the champion. And even though it hasn't been made official yet, maybe we'll get Chelsea Green versus Zelina Vega at WrestleMania for that United States Championship. And let me know in the comments if this match does become official, who do you see walking out of WrestleMania as the new or the remaining Women's United States Champion. But next up, we have Cody Rhodes coming out. He has a collection of titles behind him. Titles from, of course, the present his, and then titles from times past. And then he calls out John Cena and says that the WWE Championship will stay home and will stay with us, stay with the fans. He's going to put a nail into Cena's plans, and the championship is staying with us. But a great promo. John Cena will return on Friday Night Smackdown next week, so I can't wait to hear John's response ahead of their WrestleMania Sunday matchup. But next up, we have Tiffany Stratton getting a nice victory over Roxanne Perez, and then is attacked immediately afterwards by Charlotte Flair. And Wade Barrett had to stop Charlotte from doing even more damage. And we saw Charlotte even attacking Tiffany Stratton in the parking lot, I believe, before the show earlier in the night. But I don't know. After last week with probably some off the script kind of moments between these two, and now this brutal beatdown, I cannot wait for the WrestleMania match. And I don't know, let me know in the comments who will walk out with that women's championship. But next up, we have in the main event Randy Orton and LA Knight going up against Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga. And the Viper, Randy Orton, and the Megastar LA Knight were able to get a big win over the members of the Bloodline. But it doesn't end here, because at the end of the show, Jacob Fatu lays out the Megastar ahead of their United States Championship WrestleMania match. And even when they put the lower third in the corner saying copyright 2025 World Wrestling Entertainment, we thought the show was over. But Jacob Fatu hits a never splash on to the Megastar. And let's just say, I think come WrestleMania, we're getting a new United States champion. But with that being said, folks, please make sure to like, please make sure to subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. I sure know I did. Always remember that Jesus loves you and so do I. Check out Ministry Minute, check out Rising Up, as well as Fight for Supremacy later on today. And folks, until next time, enjoy this Holy Week coming up. Remember that Jesus Christ, He is risen. And we'll see you next week, hopefully with some new Raw and Smackdown reviews, as well as talking about and recapping WrestleMania. But until then, folks, always remember Jesus loves you and so do I. Take care, and God bless.